Hey friends, so today I want to talk about shadow work. What is shadow work? I want to dive into a topic that is super important when you're on your healing journey, doing inner work, if you're on your spiritual journey. Shadow work is where all of that good stuff actually happens. My name is Megan Kieran. I'm a spiritual coach and energy healer, and I really want to dig into a topic that is a little bit taboo because it is all about us looking at our shadows. So, as we start our healing journey, as we decide to do the work inwards in order to change ourselves, in order to shift our mindset, in order to create our dream life, we have to begin to look within all of the shadows and traumas that have been held within us for so long. A lot of us have this defense mechanism when we go through life. At some point in our life, we learned that not feeling something would protect us. If we go through a really, really tough situation and it does not feel good, we intake that energy, and I'm sure you have that experience where you just want to get out of your skin, you just don't feel good, and you don't want to feel these negative feelings. We have built up some way to not feel them, whether we stuff it inside, ignore it, distract ourselves, but everything is energy. And so this energy has to keep on moving. So if we don't address how we feel in that moment, that energy can get stuck within us. And it builds up these shadows within ourselves. And as we start the journey of looking inside of ourselves, we illuminate a lot because we shine that light. We're bringing in a lot of light. We're super pumped to go on our healing journey, spiritual journey. And as we start going through that and meditating and maybe exercising more, there is this feeling of being super uncomfortable that begins to arise, and that's our shadow work. And the shadow work is where that huge cleanse happens. It's all about us digging into those parts of ourselves. Now, a big question I get is, do we have to go back to those traumas? Do we have to go back to those moments that didn't feel good? Do I have to think about that part in my childhood that I hated? Do I have to think about the situation that made me feel terrible? Not necessarily. When you're doing shadow work, you don't have to pinpoint the exact situation. You just have to clear the shadows. So, for example, just moving that energy out of your system is going to help you clear things. When we start to do shadow work and we do an energy healing, for example, someone will tap into your chakras, or you will tap into your chakras through a guided meditation, and you're able to bring light into those parts of your body, and you don't specifically think about those situations. You just energetically heal maybe your heart chakra, maybe your throat chakra, maybe your sacral chakra, and that helps move that energy. You're not thinking about that situation that didn't make you feel good. On the other hand, when it comes to journaling, those situations may come out more because you are kind of writing specifically about how you feel, and then it's easier to tap into that, which either way isn't right or wrong. It's just you don't have to necessarily think of the exact situation. Although journaling is another super, super important tool. And some people think, okay, like I don't write, I don't want to journal, I don't even know where to start. It's very simple to even write on your phone or speak it out loud and ask yourself how you feel today. Ask yourself how you're feeling around your heart. And just sit with that and see what comes through. Let your subconscious dig deep for you, so you just output that energy and you don't really have to do much. Shadow work does not need to be hard. Doing this healing work does not have to be hard. We just have to get that energy moving so that we can cleanse ourselves in order to bring in new energy, in order to bring in that new frequency, in order to create our realities and become that higher version of ourselves, new version of ourselves, live out our true purpose. So when you start to do shadow work, take it slow. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I do suggest journaling to be one of the biggest tools for shadow work, just because it will easily get you to a place where you are energetically moving that energy out. Or if you're interested in a Reiki healing, you can find a Reiki practitioner. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I do distant Reiki sessions, but you can even do that on yourself if you go through a guided meditation, which I also have. And I think these are just super important tools to have as we're doing our shadow work, as we're cleansing and healing. And as we get illuminated, as we have awakenings and realizations, we bring in light into our body, which illuminates the shadows. That's why it's a natural part of this journey. That's a natural part of this healing journey. And you'll be surprised how good you feel in your body, mind, and soul once you start purging these energies. And then what, right? And then you're at a clear place to really start manifesting and intending. So even as you're journaling things that don't feel good, that you're just getting out of your system, you can at the same time begin to journal what you're grateful for, and then snowball that into what your intentions are and what you want your life to look like, and certain specific things that you want in your life and how you feel about them. So this journey does not have to be hard. It's so rewarding, because once you start clearing and cleansing, you feel lighter, your vibration is lighter, and you attract more things into your life that are at a higher frequency. Again, I'm Megan Karen. I hope this helped. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.